Hello everyone. I thought I would make a very quick video this morning about dahlias and the things that I have learned about them. I even wrote a list just to keep me on track because I often don't even have a little thing to go by, I just talk. So I'm going to start with storage, and while I'm talking I'll take you around and give you a bit of a look at the garden while I'm doing that, if that's okay. I hope you enjoy my view on dahlias that grow in my garden. I am not a professional. These are things that have worked for me and that have not worked for me. So here I go. Okay, number one, storage. The things that worked for me for storage are a combination of vermiculite, potting mix, and wood shavings. Now I mixed those up together in a big wheelbarrow, moistened them slightly and put them in tubs. And once I had those tubs, I put them into the garage undercover, so they were out of the weather. The next thing that I have learnt is that they do not, I feel in my garden, they have not enjoyed being with other plants. They do better when they're together as one or in pots. Number three, caterpillars absolutely love dahlias. They love to eat them, and these cabbage moths are really causing some destruction this year. It's almost like we've got a plague of them. Number four, they do better for me with some morning sun and late afternoon shade. I find it just gives them that little bit of reprieve from that really hot sun when we get it. Number five, I loved growing from seed this year. I really loved it. And it was just such joy and anticipation about what actually we have grown. A bit wild, my garden at the moment, isn't it? Look at those tomatoes. And this year I do plan on trying to hand pollinate a couple of my favourites just to see what seed I will get next year. Number six, I have found that they grow really well in pots. And so the fact that they do quite well separately, not in the garden with others, I find that these pots are grown exceptionally well. And I love this spot. And seven, staking. I've put stakes in my garden this year, but I don't think I've tied one up. They've all just stood up, or they've supported each other if they're close enough. So that's really my things that I have learnt this year about dahlias. And I continue to learn every single year. And I'm surprised about what I love about them and things that could possibly go wrong and how I'm going to prevent that in the future. I've taken another little video. See, this is the big long garden, and I've taken a video of what went wrong, what I think went wrong with the dahlias in this garden. None of them are performing very well, and I'll put that next to you. Anyway, so these are the dahlias in the big bed, which are not doing well. Every single dahlia is pretty much like this. So all I'm hoping for now is that they produce tubers, so next year I can put them somewhere else. So I'll just show you a couple. Again, there's one not really producing good flowers. Not really producing good flowers at all. So I'm not sure why. Just show you again. Just look at the state of them. They're just not happy in there, and I don't know whether it's the competition of other flowers or whether there's bugs, but every single one is just not happy. They start off like that and then they just don't even flower. That's how they come. The only exception is the ones this end, which have maybe a bit more room. I'm thinking that's got to do with it, even though the bugs are still getting, this is one of my cafe au laits, and as you can see, getting eaten by something. This one's not doing too bad, and this one's not doing too bad, and I'm just wondering whether they're because they've got more room around the bottom of them. So it'll be interesting to see how the tubers fare. But this one's nice. Look at this one. Yeah, this one's good. So a couple even down here, right next to it, I've got this type of flower. This one's not too bad, but not great. The ones at the end here are okay. The cafe au lait down next to it, I think, is competing with other plants. I think maybe that's what's wrong. I've had a couple not come up in this bed. So you see the difference from this big bed, and you go over to this bed where they're all pretty happy. So I don't know, I've learned a lot. I also think that they're really good in pots. My pots are doing extraordinarily well, and in particular in this spot. They like, this gets the afternoon shade. I think this is where I will put predominantly my tubers next year, and as well as in this bed again. So it sort of works really well. But now I'm going to do a count. Anyway, they are my tips, or not tips, but things that I have learnt about dahlias. I love growing them. I love cutting them and having them inside. So they're absolutely worth growing. So if you get a chance to grow some, or get your hands on some seed, or get your hands on some tubers, or if you'd like to get tubers next year from me, if I got spares, I'm happy to share. Let me know. I'm happy to do that for you. And I really hope that you enjoy growing your produce as well. I've just noticed that my parsley is going to seed. Not good. I'll try and cut that back. And I'm also about to deal with a broody chicken. So that's going to be fun. I don't really want to do it, but I've heard that if you dunk her bottom in cold water, that will actually stop her brooding, because she's got to the point now where she's not eating or drinking, so I have to do something, otherwise I'm going to lose her. So take care, have a lovely day. A bit windy, I hope the noise is okay on this, and I'll see you soon. Bye.